Every year on my birthday, that is 29th January, it is the Royal Rumble. So that is something that coincides pretty well. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but Royal Rumble is one of those entertaining events where you see your favorite wrestlers, the good guys, the bad guys, different personalities jump into the ring, and it's like a game where you have to throw the guy out, and the person who remains in the end is declared the winner. So, for someone who grew up in the 80s, once upon a time wrestling was real. We used to always think that wrestling is real. Undertaker gets his superpowers. Bret Hart hates his brother Owen Hart. Then Hulk Hogan gets his powers, and Ultimate Warrior is fighting against the other guys. So there was a mystery, and we kind of believed it was real. Well, obviously, later on, after years and years and years of it being there, we found out it's not real. But mind you, this is the days where there was no internet, there was no social media. So the only way we could know what was happening in a match or a character was to get VHS tapes. Those, you can Google search what is a VHS tape. But later on, once the internet came, I guess we were able to download these old episodes and see it. But we still thought it was real. But then, after a few years, as the old wrestlers, the wrestlers who were young that time got old, and after they retired, obviously they would tell their stories, they would write books, and then you would eventually realize, oh, they were just playing a part, this is not real. And then slow by slow the truth would come out with people who are in the industry. They would say about bleeding, cutting, and that was all planned. The blood that used to come out, they actually planned things. They would actually discuss the matches, who'd win, who'd lose. And you realize that this is a company that plans out these shows kind of like you're watching a movie or a TV show. It's all planned, from the production staff to when the music should be played to when the guy should come. Everything is scripted. And then you begin to think, sheesh man, all these years I thought they were actually hitting each other really. But then as you mature, you realize, yeah, they are faking it, but the damage to their bodies is real. Because when you jump constantly from heights, when you do all these stunts, it takes a toll on your body. And then you further realize that these guys are not just appearing for one show a month. They are appearing for other shows which are not aired every alternate day, and they are traveling, and they're going from one airport to another city. And soon you realize it's a lot of hard work. It's not easy being famous. It's not easy being rich. They have to play the character. Lo and behold, now, in the day of social media, today it's very easy to get a camera and a smartphone and record how people are doing things. So it becomes very hard to maintain that character. So, for me, that magic which was once there is now no longer there, And it's kind of sad because there was a certain, feeling when we would watch those wrestling days, and you would feel that it was so real, We really believed in it. And each person played that character. And those characters were larger than life. Hitman Bret Hart, The Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Attitude Era. But today you have all these characters. I watched the Royal Rumble 2023. Some YouTubers had downloaded and, you know, piracy basically. They had downloaded it and shared highlights of the matches. I think out of the 30 wrestlers, maybe 13 or 15, I didn't know who they were. I didn't connect with them. And the ones whom I did know, like Brock Lesnar and 2 or 3 of them, they, and they didn't win anything. But the main thing was the magic was no longer there, That feeling was no longer there. And I just saw a lot of new guys and a lot of people coming there and doing their thing, but the magic is all gone. And now when I looked at it, sadly I didn't enjoy it. And the reason I didn't enjoy it because now I know for a fact they're not actually punching each other. I know for a fact that this is already scripted. They know who's going to win. I know for a fact that how the camera angles move and what's happening there. Like even if someone hits someone, when he says, oh, and he goes like this, it's all faking it. Like they'll never punch with the knuckle, they'll go like this. So I didn't enjoy it. And then after I saw the 30-man Royal Rumble, it's like, what is this? It kind of dawned on me that for everybody, for all of us, there is it's a phase of life where you reach the pinnacle of anything. It's like they say the golden era, the time where it was the best years of your life. So whether it's for me or whether it's for WWE or whether it's for those individual performers, there is a certain point where you reach your glory days and you can keep it there. It's like you go right up and you reach the peak and you try to stay at the peak for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. But at some point, the body, wear and tear, time, father time, mother, whatever. And then you start getting old. Today when I see the interviews of Bret the Hitman Hart or The Undertaker or in fact I saw a segment where D-Generation X, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Road Dogg, they were in the ring and they were trying. It looks so stupid. Yeah, I mean, they look like a bunch of grandparents standing there and trying to act like a cool young guy. And then Kurt Angle was there. They were trying to act like as if they were 20 years ago. Looks so silly because now they are 50 or 60 years old and they are trying to act when they were 20 or 30 years old. Their age is caught up, and just imagine someone who's 60 trying to act like someone who's 20, like a teenager. Yeah, there was a little bit of nostalgia. There was, the only reason I was looking at them is I grew up watching Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Road Dogg, but now they look so old, out of shape, and I guess, to make some money and You have to do what is in demand, no? They will try. But it was sad watching it. And you know that their time is up. But then, like, I even saw one segment where they featured The Undertaker coming as the American badass. He came on the bike. And when he stood in the ring, you can make out his body is completely out of shape. He looks like a former, shell of himself. You just look at these guys who you grew up watching as larger than life. Muscled and big and huge and perfect physique. And now you see them old and still trying to stay relevant and sad. Anyway, I don't want to hate on these guys, or I don't want to hate on WWE, but it becomes very hard for someone who grew up watching this organization or these people, and you've seen them go to the heights of glory where the whole world, with the amount of people watching it and believing in the product and believing in the characters, to the fact that today it's dying, it's no longer what it once was. It's just that because people like me in the 80s who stayed with it, we have seen, we have experienced, we know what were the glory days. And then when you unconsciously compare that to this, they're like, Anyway, I will always watch the Royal Rumble. Just something that I've done all these years. I may not watch the matches at all and all that. I just to kill time, and maybe when I'm eating something. And just have good memories, nostalgia, and say, once upon a time, I used to watch this. That's all there is, man. That's all there is. Anyway, I don't know if you have watched it. Let me know. Did you find it entertaining? Was it average? Was it bad? And if you're one of those guys who was from the 80s like me, let me know, what do you think? Do you even watch it? Anyway, that's all I want to say. You guys take care. Let me sign off.